Hey guys, NanoFix channel here. So this will be a very small video today. So you probably remember this car when I changed the gearbox. Like you can see, so that's the new gearbox there. Like you can see, it's shiny. Well, the issue now is nothing to do with the gearbox at all. It's something else. So you probably see already in there. So the belt is out. So the story of this car. So it looks like a moron before changed the timing belt on this car, but he didn't change the water pump. So what's happened was my stepdad, he called me 2 days ago. No, it's something wrong with my car. He's all the time saying on the cluster, I need water. And I was like, that's weird. Well, is the pot was empty? He said, yes. It was any coolant in there. So this was like, no, not 2 days ago, a week ago. And I said to him, well, fill up again. And I was thinking, well, is a new thermostat I just fitted. Maybe can be something wrong with the thermostat. So he's taking a dump and he's leaking. But I said, that's a little bit impossible, but it's a little bit coolant in there anyway. Because I took this pipe because I was thinking is a airlock somewhere. Just to test it. So anyway, then, so he filled up the car, the coolant, and the car was running fine, so the message didn't show anymore. Then he kept driving, and then again, the message said, on the cluster says, overheating. Oh, not overheating, he says something about coolant, but my stepdad don't understand very well about cars, so he was thinking he's no water. But he opened the bonnet, it was full. So he said, what's happening here? And then I told him, when you're driving, when this happens again, have a look on a gauge, temperature gauge. And sure enough, when this happened, so the gauge was on a red, so the car was overheating. And so he was driving the car a few miles like that. So I told him to switch off the car, wait half an hour, and try again, and then drive home. So it's what he did. So it was very bizarre. So I was doing some tests, like I checked the thermostat, I checked for any air leak, and then I done a test. Normally is what you do. So if you see these two pipes in here, these two pipes go connect to that the bottle, expansion bottle. So if you disconnect this one in here, that one in here, this one, the first one, when you start the engine, you should see a flow of coolant come out from there. So it means the coolant is circulating in the car. However, this car wasn't do that. So when I start the car, nothing come out from this pipe. So straight away, I knew something wrong with the water pump. And it is. So the water pump is here. Okay. So what these morons did, so I hope they see this video, they probably will recognize the number plate. I hope they see this video and they will say, oh bloody hell, yes, that was me. How the hell you managed to change a belt? Where is the belt? Even the belt is a little bit strange. I have a clip, I will attach this video, you will hear the noise when I was turning over. So this is the belt. I don't know even what brand is this, but it's not Ford. This was changed. I can say it's changed because if you see in here, I never do that. So it's a white mark in there. So it was marking the pulley somewhere. But I lose the locks, like you can see. And also I have a lock on the flywheel there, like you can see. So it's easy. I lock the flywheel to take this bolts out because this bolt here, this bolt is very tight. And I will give you advice for you. So if you take this bolt out, it's two ways to do. Because that white mark was me to just to mark the pulley before take it off, but it doesn't matter because it's locked. But anyway, so you can hit this bolt with a air gun, hit for 5 minutes, and then you will undo. Okay, not very, it's still tight, but you will manage to take it off. But or you can do, if the car is hot, like the temperature was in the middle, and this one actually was more than the middle, it will be hot enough. So if you start taking the bits out and lock the flywheel, if you come with the tool here is 22 mil, straight away the bolt will come out. So that's the two ways you can use to take this bolt out. So now you ask, no, what's happening with the water pump? So what these morons did, they changed the cam belt kit only. Actually the tensioner is good, the bearings, it looks a little bit like stiff, like when it's new, you can see the bearing is a little bit stiff. And the idler in there, I didn't check yet. I reckon they didn't change the idler. I don't know. It's no play on it, so but I will take it off because I got the kit anyway. So the morons, what they did, they changed only the belt kit, but the water pump, still original from Ford. How the hell you change the kit and you leave the original pump in? And it's original because you can see in here. If you see on the bottom, it says PSA, FOMOCO, it belongs to Ford. So this is the PSA engine, Peugeot engine. Yes, and you can see, and it was leaking as well. He's some spots in here. Don't know if you can see on the camera. It's a little bit pink, so it was leaking there. You can see it was leaking there from. Oh, you can see that mark there. So it was leaking already. So these water pumps, they have bad reputation, like on the Mondeos and the Focus and the C-Max. All 2 liters TDCI after 2015. These pumps, they don't last long. And also Ford charged £250 for only a water pump. So I did get this kit from Eurocar Parts because I use these kits all the time. I never have issues, and it's more cheaper than bloody £350 kit on a Ford for only this crap, and it don't will last his life. So the car have 115,000 miles, and this car, this pump should last till 125,000. So, but well, let's say one off because it's not a pump fault. The new cam belt and the new tensioner will make the things more tighter because they are new. So of course in here this, well, it don't will last, you know. I don't know why people do this. I keep seeing cars like that. They change the cam belt but they don't change the water pump. And I know a mechanic, he does that because he says, oh, I check the bearing, if it's fine I don't change them. That's a no-no, okay? That's extra money for the owner if you want to change later a water pump when they leak. And this is a very big job because you have to take the timing belt out to get access to it. Some of the cars like BMW, Mercedes, this is attached to the alternator belt, so it's not very difficult to manage to take it off. But so what's happened with this one? So now what I can say in here, what did happen is this pump when it's cold, but actually no, even when it's cold, but when it was cold it was circulating just a little bit of water because you know that this is plastic, so the plastic when it's cold it gets more grip on the shaft. But look now, I can turn. I'm not turning that wheel. You can see the wheel when the timing belt turns. I got my fingers to brake, and look, another finger is turning the impeller. See, you can see. So this was turning, but this inside when it gets hot it stopped turning. It's a little bit stiff now, but look, you can see. You see the middle bit is not turning. So if I do something in here, just to show you really proper who is in there and say, oh, I can see nothing. Just wait a second. Just wait a second. I can do here something interesting. So then you can see easier. I like to show the things easier to the people so then they can see. So I did a white mark in there, okay? So like you can see, the white mark is the shaft. Outside is the impeller. Look what is the mark now. Oh, it's in the top, see? So yeah, sometimes he gets a good grip, but then he fails again, see? Now it starts again. So yes, this was what fails. This was what the car overheat. Probably in the internet is some videos about this, I'm not sure, probably is. But this never happened to me before. What happens all the time when I change the timing belt, I change the water pump. All the time what I can see is a small leak or the bearings start playing up. I never saw this before. And the first thing you do if you have a car like this is a 2 liter TDCI, the same HDI, and the Volvos as well, they use this engine. The first test to do, let the car cool down for not overheat again, disconnect this pipe, or of course in Volvos or Peugeot will be different system, but disconnect this pipe on the top. You should see a flow when you start the car, so the water pump is pushing the fluid away, out. If you don't see any fluid come out from these pipes on the top, your water pump is bad. So what I will do now is, so I hope I finish this job all before 12. It should do, and I will fit the new timing belt, take that roller out, the idler, fit everything new, and this car should be ready to go. So we just hope the head gasket is okay. Well, it looks like it is. He drove probably 5 miles if the car like that. So, but he didn't notice before the gauge on a red, so fingers crossed the car will be okay. So I will put all together, leave the car run for 45 minutes if coolant in, and then see if the thermostat opens and everything, if the coolant is circulating, and then the bottle, it will feel hot, because before the pipe even in here and that bottle was cold all the time. So this was another indication the coolant wasn't circulated. So it could be before a hair lock, but it wasn't, because you see the pump is broken, so this never will circulate the coolant properly. Okay, so I hope you learned something if this video. Just be careful up there if the garage, you know, the people, they just want just take money from people, you know, rip people off is what I want to say, and they want to do a quick job, you know. And also they did use a old bolt. That's a no. I got a brand new one in here. I got this in stock all the time because I do quite lots of timing belts on these cars. Yes, but just be careful with the mechanic you take. If you take your car to someone to do the job, ask them to give you the old parts and keep for the future reference, because if something happens in the car, the warranty is only 1 year when they change the timing belt kit, but you can keep the old parts, and if something fails, you just show, look, this is what you changed, why this is failing again. So they probably did this timing belt last year, so it didn't last probably a year only, and the pump failed because it wasn't changed. So yes, stay tuned for more videos. There's another video to come up soon about my Mondeo. Some asshole vandalized my car, so I will show you what he did, and I will show you the new part as well, and I will show you some information about him as well, because he was a tosser what he did, but it doesn't matter. Some people is like that. The police is taking care of the case now. So yeah, stay tuned for that video. See you around.